You a one world government under the Lord into the 31st century and beyond. Will reign supreme, measuring the tools of intellect. Check the impact of G-force, then expect spectrums of light to rain on your set. This is a literal connotation, cause I belong to a nation of natural disasters, which I contract for sets to reign and wreak havoc. The black magic, that ill voodoo spirit pageant, where my people's ordained to assemble. Strange triples beneath the core of things belong to me. Supreme royalty, genetic innovation plus eternal insight to bring truth through creation with space, time, matter, mass, mind, thought, proportion, propelling, pure righteousness, excellent. Now, give me a surgeon to insert this serum for depth, and I'll begin to ingest this madness. Molecular acidic storms and bioorganic mushroom spores will spread to spark dust wounds from a dark thought, so none can withstand the onslaught of aggression. We'll give it power to you to reinvent my lessons. My own thoughts belong to me. Your interpretation is obsolete, oblivious, meaning lest I plague the earth, so desolate to cast a shadow past the moon. Men of a lost tribe will be absorbed in time warps. They mind shift from paradigms of sort. Court is an asylum for their soul, plus cryogenic abrasions ensure minimal stages of growth within them, who can absorb this venom. Thus no other than the gods will remain in the midst of chaos, surviving on thoughts of fury for the payoff. Indeed, extremities in the city of flames breeds martyrs for a cause that'll reign supreme. Now I rock scores of lords at one time and crash the board with force from baseline, then hit the source and crush with one rhyme as I commence to blast it one time. Feature a one world government pressed to understand the Lord, or the way I absorb the next man. I'll expand the far-fetched, ripping their garments to usher in a new age of bombardment. My stage a worldwide catastrophic kaleidoscope for new energies and elements descended from memories of relevance. Time and relativity is an equation. Master equality now is in the mirror. The seed is clearer, though I dare a Negro to convict the whole to God in contempt for saying what he meant. I tenfold my plan, and I guarantee he don't last. The last who tried, not a word passed before he passed. Result was the effects of VX nerve gas. You mentioned me in the light of a prime minister, the son of a star of a sinister yet cynical plan, with firearms that'll burn your back out. And it's a solar blackout as I eclipse the flood the seas. I'm bear hugging vicinities, you gripping my life in a 3D effect. In fact, it's actual account of the whole flashback of Nat Turner's revolt with intellectual dialect. Who can compete? A mental MX missile mistreating the weak with peripheral vision. I see through their minds, and for the sake of hip hop, I donate pages of poetry. It's no progression with your wordplay. Up against the atomic breath and sun rays, I nuke them all, disintegration. Leave a skeletal crushed and opposed to you overexposed to radiation. Perpetual time, bringing their backs to run them up with the murder of rhyme. The clock that and calculated debates from the truly awaited. Red sun expectated to cause executing the plan, bringing their fears to peer flesh, blessing the whole game. Bones will remain by the time they get the word that my disciples are raw. We use the knowledge of the lessons, decipher the law. And while you slaving, we exploiting technology flaws for the sake of the human race and supporting the cause, fueling our underworld movement of rebels that's doing the dirt and showing and proving they work. Right 2K, Operation Omega, crash override, the pendulum severs your savior. One idiot with doubts thought he was living in good times cause he had cash but can't prime. I showed him a room full of sacred artifacts, anticipating his death, and he did just that. So for his punishment, I separate his body from soul, put his soul in the jar and left his body to mold, giving him physical standards of life for his afterlife. And Luke will reflect on all of his strife. This is a living hellish driven with all in the mind, but I got the blueprints already designed for the alternating current, burning truth to this mystery. The gods will repeat after me. How many paces does a lion take? Walk in a cage, back and forth, trying to comprehend the city of flames. It took me nearly 4 centuries to find the door, so now we headed for war. It's no progression with your wordplay. Up against the atomic breath and sun waves. I nuke 'em all, disintegration. Leaving skeletal crushed and opposed to you overexposed to radiation. I see the day when doom sets in, officially noon. This is doomsday for heat's sake. I radiate in a manner which corresponds to your Pentium data. Reaching relentless inner and outer atmospheric debris to scatter throughout your century beyond astronomical units. Who's next to get burned? With a cigarette and a blindfold, you waiting your turn. Tables of blast, long range reconnaissance, craft control, rotating magnetic fields and poles. And plus, I can see right through your lowly charity. Your forehead is glass, I crash it to bury the rappers in the game. Industry hoes that get banged, quick to kick a verse with a toy just because of his name or generosity. But you not fooling me, I born more stars today than a galaxy. I shadow box with shadow grabs on virtual battlefields. I'm feeling the resonance, my intent's to kill with the speed of a micro, cross of an X-ray, pulse of a quasar, blast of a death ray. The nuclear showers build powers, crowd the scene like sleep stacks. But he ain't impressed with me, cause I be knowledge in the pylons, controlling my destiny. So any you mortal attempts to test, I'll just destroy, drag him to the hollow of the earth, so he can meet the master cylinder. And if you thinking that I might be talking about you, well then I am, figure, and I dare you to step to eternal measure. We catch bodies with the hands of science, rap, and even physical scraps. How many paces does a lion take? Walking a cage, back and forth, trying to comprehend the city of flame. Took me nearly 4 centuries to find the door, so now we headed for war. I do a verbal airstrike on your team, I just dismantle while crushing your windpipe and spilling blood over the panel. I'm raising the stakes, stacking more bones up on the mantle and watching the snakes day in and out while they bob and weave within the grass as they plot to deceive. It's no progression with your word plays, up against the atomic breath and sun waves. I nuke 'em all, disintegration, leaving skeletal crushed and opposed to you overexposed to radiation.